What's going on, everyone? Bringing you a video today, just basically talking about what's happened this week in college football. Basically, just a rundown of things I noticed in week 2 as far as college football and this upcoming week, just in general for college football. I was supposed to make this video really a couple of days ago, but I haven't been feeling well, and really I still don't feel well, but just figured I was still going to try and get this video out there anyways. So, pretty much everything for this week that just went past in college football was pretty ordinary. I do know there was one big upset that I was actually paying attention to on Saturday, and that was Central Michigan knocking off Oklahoma State on the last play of the game. That sucks. But all in all, not really anything of note. Well, I mean, there was Clemson struggling again, so I don't know what that's all about. But other than that, not anything really noteworthy. I did want to talk about this week coming up and a few key matchups that are going to be happening for week 3. And early on, I mean, I know there was some big games that happened in week 1, but now in week 3 there are a few key matchups that I did want to kind of brush by and talk about. And first one is Florida State versus Louisville. So this number 2 versus number 10, definitely going to be a great matchup there. So we're going to really see what Florida State is really about. I know that they had to come back and win on week 1. So we're going to see whether or not they definitely live up to the height. Louisville has been playing just incredible for these first a couple of games, just scoring at will. So we're going to see who wins there. I think Florida State will just hold on and win, but it's going to be one of those high-scoring games. So definitely something that I'm going to be watching this weekend. Second game that is going to be on the tap is Alabama and Ole Miss. So Alabama so far has been being Alabama and just rolling over people. So we'll see how this one goes. If I'm not mistaken, last year this was the game that, if I'm not mistaken, this is the team that they lost to last year. Not saying it's the exact same team. Some players have moved on to the NFL and stuff like that on both sides, really. But this is definitely a game where I think it's Alabama's on the road too. So this should be an interesting matchup. I know Ole Miss doesn't want to go and lose their second game, so we'll definitely see how that goes. I think that, I don't know, I'm thinking Alabama's going to win this and just keep on rolling. So we'll see how that one goes. I think Ole Miss early on is going to give them a push and kind of push them, but I think, just dealing with them over the course of 4 quarters, it's just going to be too much for Mississippi. So I see Alabama winning that game. Now, the next game that I'm interested in seeing is Notre Dame versus Michigan State. Now, this is going to be interesting for Notre Dame just for the mere fact that, they're thinking, like every other team, that they're going to be headed to the playoffs this year, and if they lose this second game, it's going to be real tough for them to make it there. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out. Michigan State, ranked number 12, going into South Bend, so that'll help Notre Dame to be playing at home. But this will be a very interesting matchup. I actually think that it's going to be a very close game. I actually see Michigan State actually pulling this one out on a close one. So we'll definitely see how that one goes. And we'll just see how that goes. Actually, there's another thing I did want to talk about. I'll talk about after I mention the next game that I was going to talk about, which is who was it that was playing? Not Texas A&M. Oh yeah, Ohio State and Oklahoma. That's going to be very, very key. It's going to be a good test for Ohio State too, because I know a lot of people thought coming into the season that they were ranked way too high, overrated, and stuff like that. And I mean, they've been doing their thing so far. So they're going to be going against an Oklahoma team that got knocked off by Houston, and I'm sure they're trying to redeem themselves. So this is definitely going to be a very, very, very key matchup. Not only just for those two teams, but for the Big Ten. So we'll see who's going to win that one. That one for me is a toss-up. I don't know who's better. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking that Ohio State is probably going to win, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, the game is going to be on the road for them. They have to actually go into Norman. So I think it's a toss-up. I'm not sure who's going to win that game, but we'll just have to wait and see. In the last game, it's going to be Stanford and USC. Now, I don't know really how good USC is. Like I said, from them getting smashed by Alabama, I don't know if it's that Alabama's that good or USC is not that good. So this will be another test for them playing Stanford, which is the number 7 team right now in the country. They'll be going on the road, so we'll just have to see how that goes. And I'm amazed that USC, just didn't compete in that first game. I mean, these guys have 5-star talent all over the place. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that, I mean, it's more than just talent that wins these games for them. It's just a whole bunch of things. And I mean, I've seen that from a couple of times dealing with these Michigan teams, like the difference between when Greg Robinson was defensive coordinator to when Greg Madison came in, and the turnaround within 1 year. They went from being just a complete laughingstock to a complete beast of a defensive team in 1 year of the same players. And just like the turnaround from Brady Hoke's last year, where we were getting embarrassed, to Harbaugh coming in with basically the same players, actually less players, because some our key players actually went to the NFL, and him turning around and making it that we at one point in time were fighting to maybe win the Big Ten and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I'm not sure how that goes, but those are the key matchups. We'll see how those go. I did want to talk about one more thing before I finish the video, and it's basically the shift that I'm noticing in the conferences. Now, for the longest time, the conference has been running things. Has obviously been the SEC, and they've just been powerhousing and doing their thing and getting all the recruits and just dominating in the top 25. But I'm noticing this year that there's been a slight swing, and I'm seeing that the Big Ten has actually made a big turnaround. Because I remember a couple of years ago, everyone was talking about the Big Ten is dead. No one wants to go to these Big Ten schools. There's no interest in the Big Ten. There's no talent in the Big Ten. There's no recruiting in the Big Ten. And I've just seen a shift this year. I mean, right now, you got Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Iowa. I mean, I don't know if I'm missing anyone else that's in the top 25. I think that's it. But it's, to me, it's just an amazing turnaround as far as these teams go, and them being in the top 25. So we'll wait and see how all that turns out for the rest of the year, and if they can maintain these rankings. But I hope this is a sign of things to come for the Big Ten, and that they'll just continue to get stronger and stronger, and that they'll be the dominant conference from this time going forward. Because I mean, the only way for these teams to get better and to be able to compete with the SEC is for them to be relevant. So if there's only like one or two teams that are doing their thing, then it's not good for the conference, because no one's going to take them seriously. There's no excitement for recruits to want to go there. But if you got 5, 6, 7 teams that are in the top 25 and playing well, I mean, it can only help the conference as a whole. Because for me personally, I'm tired of hearing how good the SEC is and how dominant they are and how they get the best players and all that stuff. So that was just my little take on that. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. I will be making another video probably tomorrow, either tomorrow night or Friday morning for Friday, which will be my week 3 analysis, or my not week 3 analysis, but my week 3 prediction of how I feel Michigan's going to do, and just talk about that briefly. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. If you like it, please feel free to leave a comment, like the video, and if you enjoy my content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Well, thank you for watching, and have yourself a great day.